Welcome into the MMA Best Bets for UFC Austin, which goes down on Saturday night there in Austin, Texas. We are headlined by a big matchup there in the featherweight division. Calvin Kattar taking on Josh Emmett. We're going to give you our money line pick, our three-fighter parlay, and our prop bet. Of course, we are sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. Bet $5 on FanDuel Sportsbook. Win $200 guarantee. Just click that link in the video description below to claim your free $200 now. Pete, as always, great to be talking to you. We are back in front of fans 2 weeks in a row. This normally does not happen here, especially in fight night cards, but the UFC getting back in front of fans, which I think does add a little bit of a thought process with this, because it can be a little bit of a different environment, but I'm looking forward, especially this main event. I think the main event's an absolute banger between Calvin Kattar and Josh Emmett. I will, a little teaser, I will have a play on this matchup, but when we talk about the money lines aspect of this one, Pete, I'm going to the co-main event of this one. Joe Lauzon versus Donald Cerrone. Of course, we know this was supposed to take place a couple weeks ago at the pay-per-view. An issue with Donald Cerrone on fight day, unable to take place here. And, we talked about this when this fight was supposed to happen. Very close fight. I like the underdog here in Joe Lauzon, plus 142 over at FanDuel Sportsbook. I would tell you this. I don't think this fight's going the distance at all. I think potentially this fight's going to end the first round. Closer fight, but I do like the dog in this situation.
Yeah, it's a volatile fight for sure, and it's a crossroads for both guys, and it determines basically the next step in their career. Who's maybe it's a retirement fight for both guys. Who really knows? But I will tell you that I think a lot more people are going to be siding with Joe Lauzon after seeing the difficulties that Cowboy had in the first fight, whether it was weight cut related or food poisoning or whatever. Cowboy getting back down to 155 pounds, as you alluded to pre-show, is a difficult task at this stage of the game for him. So I do like the value there on Joe Lauzon. For me, the money line play for me is going to be Jeremiah Wells sitting at minus 113. Now, I know it's a big step up in competition, and you want to bet against the UFC veteran who's lost a step in Court McGee, and I've fallen into this trap against a Ramos Brakimai in the past, and Court McGee's a tough out. He really is a tough out, but his output and volume is sometimes minimal, and that volume is just, I don't know, if judges are starting to value damage, I would like to think that Jeremiah Wells hits a lot harder, and he's pretty well-rounded coming from a strong camp, down there in Philly. So I do like Jeremiah Wells sitting there at minus 113. I think he has the power, the wrestling to keep it on the feet, and I think it's going to be a banger of a fight.
Well, don't worry, Pete. I'm going against you in that one, because when we look at our parlay aspect of it, Court McGee is actually in my parlay. Look, as we do this show, the prop bets for this fight are not out, but I will tell you, if you see a Court McGee wins via decision prop, that is going to be one that I would be targeting in this one. I mean, look, it's a pick'em fight. I mean, let's call it. We know it's a pick'em fight. Court McGee, a longtime veteran, but tends to have fights that last until the final bell. So he's one of my three fighters in my parlay. The other two, I'm going to go to the prelims. I'm going to go to Adrian Yanez taking on Tony Kelly. I love Adrian Yanez's striking ability, what he's able to do there. And then, of course, the third leg of my three-fighter parlay, I'm going to the main event, Calvin Kattar. It's a banger of a fight. No question about it. Josh Emmett's going to throw some bombs. We'll be surprised if Josh Emmett tries to mix in some wrestling in this one, but I love Calvin Kattar in this spot. I think he's going to edge it out via decision.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't wait for the main event. I also, for my parlay, really like Adrian Yanez, one of my favorite plays on the entire slate and just on the entire fight card. I just love his upside within the division. Tony Kelly's going to bring a wrestling approach, you would like to think, minimal striking into a ton of clinching. I hope Yanez is ready to defend some takedowns, but I like him as my first leg of my parlay. I also really like Jasmine Jasudavicius, and women's MMA is sometimes volatile and toxic to hang on to a parlay ticket, but I will tell you that she has some very, very strong wrestling for this division, and I think her wrestling can win her some rounds, and her striking is elevating fight to fight. So I really like her as well. And the third leg on my parlay is going to be Cody Stamann going up against Eddie Wineland, who was a WEC champ, was a veteran for MMA pioneer, if you will. But I do think that in 2022, Cody Stamann has the power to hurt Eddie Wineland and has the wrestling to win close rounds. So my 3-fighter parlay is going to be Giannis, Jasudavicius, Stamann, and it sits at +108.
By the way, I should mention my 3-fighter parlay sits at 228. Give you a little insight into Cody Stamann. Cody's pretty much not doing media for this fight, which I think kind of tells you where his head is at. In terms of this one, massive betting favorite there against Eddie Wineland. Of course, this is the MMA best bets for UFC Austin, and we are sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. Bet $5 on FanDuel Sportsbook, win $200 guaranteed. Click the link in the video description below to claim your free $200 now. And mention about Calvin Kattar in the main event, and I'm going to the main event in terms of my prop bet, and I'm going to go Calvin Kattar wins via decision +155. I do think this fight's going to probably stay up on the feet. And I just think the toughness of both these fighters will allow this fight to go 25 minutes. So give me that Calvin Kattar decision prop.
I do like that. I do like the value on that as well. My prop bet's going to be targeting Joe Lauzon and Cowboy Cerrone, the co-main event of the evening. Now, I like the under 2.5, but if you are unable to get to the 2.5 at your sports book, then you could always go fight doesn't go the distance. It's just anywhere from -165 to -185. So I will be targeting the under 2.5 if I can, but I don't foresee this fight going the distance, Jason. I mean, we're talking it could be over in round 1. I mean, these guys are not the same fighters they used to be. And I think they're going to be going for it a little bit too quick out the gate. So that's why I like that under call.
Yeah, I like that under call as well. I mean, hell, I wouldn't even mind going to under 1.5. I think this fight's, I just don't see that. It's just a fight to me that has a recipe to not last very long. Of course, appreciate everyone checking out the MMA best bets. Of course, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Of course, you're not subscribed here to the channel. Do that, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when a show is live here on the channel. And we look forward to seeing these fights on Saturday, UFC Austin, and send us those winning screenshots.